Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Ballerina. So this is part of the John Wick franchise. If you didn't already know that, that's cool. But it stars Ana de Armas as Eve. Keanu Reeves is in it as John Wick. I don't know how much of a role he has in it. I don't know that much. Ian McShane is also in it. Um, um, Gabriel, Byrne, all reprising their roles from the John Wick era. Norman Reedus is also in this. I wasn't sure if he was in this one before. I forget. Honestly, I have a hard time. I forget these movies as soon as I watch them. Anyway, this is a 7.1 on IMDb. 56,634 people loved it. 7.1, pretty solid. It is 2 hours and 4 minutes long. An assassin trained in the traditions of the Russian, the Ruska Roma organization set out to seek revenge after her father's death. So, kung fu, martial arts, one-person army action. We just watched this last night. If you're staying in line, action and thriller. So, let's see. Let's get into it. See what it's about. Give you a better idea. Let you know what I think. Like I said, I lose track. John Wick was a great movie. I like the character, so hopefully this will be good for me. I know it's probably great for a lot of John Wick fans. And I'm not about to watch all the John Wicks leading into this. So this is coming from that perspective. I've seen them, but not recently. Let's check it out. Hey, everybody. We're at the credits of Ballerina. And a lot to unfold, a lot to unpack here. Might be a little bit longer than usual, so I apologize. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So first of all, what I realize is as I start watching this film, as I do with any sequel, I forget what happens. I have no idea what happened in John Wick 1, 2, 3, or 4. A little bit. You know what I mean? Right? So I thought of it. So then I looked it up on Google. There's a YouTube video 18 minutes long. And I started watching. I was like, I'm not watching an 18-minute long recap. That'll make this movie 2 hours and like 20 minutes because I got to watch a whole recap. So what I thought I could do, why don't I start doing recaps? I always complain about this all the time about, like, I forget what happened in Mission Impossible 7, whatever, which is coming out soon, right, on digital. I know it's out in the theaters, but I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to try and keep it short. I know you're like, yeah, right. Maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but to recap what I think is necessary for you to start watching this next movie, because I think that would be helpful. What I did learn is that this takes place in between John Wick 3 and 4. What I also learned was Ana de Armas, I had assumed this whole time, because I couldn't figure out which one she was in. The Ballerina shows up in one of the John Wicks, right? And that's how I was trying to figure out what timeline this is in. And so found out Ballerina shows up in John Wick 3, but it's not Ana de Armas. I could have sworn this whole time, when this movie was coming out and everything like that, I was like, oh, that's right, she was in that one. Again, couldn't remember which one it was, but I could have sworn it was her the whole time. And I don't know if it's a Mandela effect. Anybody else think that? I mean, the Ballerina character's in it, but it's not played by Ana de Armas. That's ridiculous. So, I don't know. There you go. That's news for you. You probably already know it, and you're like probably hitting on like right now. But I had no idea. I really thought she was in it. She's not. There you go. More info. But she's in this one. And they get the whole origin story. A lot of fun stuff. It's full of action. And, I don't want to lose my cool card by action films are good. I love action films. But all of these are very similar, right? I mean, you get, like, she's got a revenge. We know she's coming after the guy who killed her father. Like the plot line and everything, the characters that get intertwined throughout this plot line, great. But yeah, she has to go through these people. She has to fight people. She has to shoot people. All that kind of stuff. It's the same, right? I mean, it's kind of like, okay, you know what's going to happen. She's going to fight somebody. She's going to fight a bunch of people. She's going to fight over weapons, or she's going to find something like that. But in the end, the protagonist is going to come out on top, at least through the fight scenes. I'm not saying at the end. We don't know what's going to happen at the end. But I'm just saying that, you know what I mean? They're all very similar. And they're cool. They're choreographed, and I like it. But when it's 2 hours of, that, and you've already seen so many movies that are, I don't know. Again, I don't want to lose my cool card for saying that. I love action films. I love Ana de Armas. I do love a strong female lead, which she was. But I'm just talking about action scenes like this in general. very similar, right? You know, the protagonist is going to come out on top with the gun underneath the plate. We're going to have that knife hidden somewhere. You know what I mean? And they're very similar. Now, Fight or Flight with Josh Hartnett last night, there was a lot of fun in that because it was a lot different. You know, you're talking chainsaws and stuff. But in this case, there was one scene that's what drew it out for me because, like, when she's fighting, it's like, whatever. I know you're going to win. You might get hurt, but you're going to finally beat that guy up or whatever. But there was one scene, all grenades. She just found grenades. And it wasn't like she had a gun or a knife or anything like that. I thought that was kind of fun. So I think I've said everything I want to say except for one thing. I mentioned I like the plot line. I like the origin story. I like the characters. John Wick is in this. So that's what I was like, when did this happen? John Wick is in this movie. And at first I thought it was just going to be a little cameo, a little scene. And then I thought to myself, Keanu Reeves probably said, look, I'll be in it, but I don't want to do any stunts. That's not the case. There's some action from John Wick in this as well. So all of that, I enjoyed it a lot. The one thing I want to share with people who maybe have seen it or haven't seen it. So I got to say it. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin it for you. I'm not going to ruin the ending, but I'm going to ruin one piece of it, right? Big twist that happens to us when we find out, you know, who the other girl is. Her sister. All right. So, yeah, surprise. I already said spoiler alert. But, yeah, her sister found. Great. You know what I mean? Now you get the connection. You see it from the beginning. We come full circle with her and her dad. Her dad gets killed. Before he gets killed, he's like, I wish, you know, you could hang out with your sister, whatever he says. And so she has a long-lost sister. Bam, there she is. Okay, cool. Wait, you could go somewhere. Nope. 2 minutes later, she's done. She's done in the movie. I'm like, seriously, you can't build off of that at all. I mean, she had a very small role, you know, initially leading into it. So you weren't ready for it. You know, they caught you off surprise, and it's like, bam, you know, the chancellor or whatever his name was. Yeah, it's your sister. Oh, wow, man. Okay, now they're going to team up. They're going to do something together. Maybe they're going to face off. No, she's just going to die in the first scene that they're in together. I was like, come on, really? Oh, you could have done so much. But, hey, maybe other people thought that was great effect. You know, what a great build-up for a real quick letdown. But that's it. I also had to look up at the end who these teams were. Like, I was confused. Like, there's the Continental. I find out the Continental is a safe space for all these assassins or something like that, right? And then she's that Russian, I forgot how you say it. She was trained by the ballet people. People train them how to be ballet, jitsu, all that fun stuff. That's another group. And then there's the cult. And that was the people with the X's on their arms. And they're the ones who ultimately killed her father and who she was going after. So I was a little confused on all that. And how does John Wick fit into all of this? But there you go. Maybe you'll know. But check it out. It's worth the watch. I like Ana de Armas. Great job in this one. A lot of fun. But a lot of action took up the full 2 hours and 4 minutes. And I would recommend doing that 18-minute thing where you can do that. But look forward to those types of recaps coming from me in the near future. That's it. Long one. Appreciate you sticking it out. Kimmel's Irish Pub.